Hello, hello, hello. We will want to welcome everybody to our live stream, our Next Level podcast. This is our Florida Bass Nation Junior High School Tournament Series and college. While we have those guys fishing with us, we're going to cover some of their results from our previous tournament, and we'll give everybody a few more minutes to get on. We've got some special guests here today, some of our winners from our previous tournament, high school and junior guys. And we're going to be talking with them a little bit and doing some interviews and just kind of letting them tell us a little bit about their tournament. So just bear with us here. We've got a few people jumping on now, and then we will get this thing underway here. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Again, want to welcome everybody to our live stream here this evening, our Next Level podcast. This is talking to our anglers from our previous tournament, and also at the same time covering some announcements for the next tournaments we have coming up, sharing with you some other events out there that we have in the near future and things that I think will benefit you. So just hang tight and we'll probably for the next 30, 45 minutes, we'll do this. But I want to start out real quick by just talking about our previous tournament. We were over on the Harris Chain of Lakes there in Leesburg out of Venetian Gardens. I want to thank all of those folks, Leesburg, City of Leesburg, for allowing us to use their park. We showed up there, and there was a little snafu on the scheduling, so they didn't have us on the books. So they were good enough to let us stay and hold our event, and we're grateful for that. I want to thank Ms. Lindsay McBride for her efforts and bringing that event to the Leesburg Harris Chain. She does a great job. She's with Go Sports, which is Greater Orlando, and they help us with the funding. And then we want to, of course, thank Lake County and their TDC there for all their efforts. But we had a great event. Had right at 150 teams total. Well, actually, it was more than that when you included our college guys. We had right at 175 teams competing in this tournament over the weekend, 2 days. Saturday, we had 30 junior teams competing, 124 high school. Then on Sunday, we had 26 juniors, and we had 123 high school teams, 17 college teams both days competing. So that was pretty awesome. But what we want to do is real quick, we've got our winners from the junior division and from the high school division both days with us here today. And I'm going to start bringing them on. I'll start out with our juniors, but it's pretty awesome. We had some great bags weighed in, and the following week we had the Opens in town, the Bassmaster Opens. And I actually think our week was a little bit better. I mean, they had some great bags, but we had our college teams one day brought in 28 pounds, 28.10 pounds. That was Kane Weekly and Connor Koch. So that was the biggest bag of the weekend. Then our second biggest bag was caught by one of our high school teams, 22.89 pounds. We've got them on here as well. And so we'll be talking to the college guys about those bags. And then the third biggest bag of the weekend, well, I say that I think it was the third biggest, was 21. No, it was the fourth biggest. I'm sorry. Fourth biggest bag of the weekend was caught by our one of our junior teams, and they had 21.14 pounds. So anyway, what I want to do is real quick, I'm going I'm going to bring in our junior anglers. We'll start with them, do a real quick interview with these guys, and then we'll jump right into our announcements once we interview with our anglers. We've got a few announcements to make and a few things to talk about. I just come back from the National Youth Directors Meeting. Bassmaster holds that with the Bass Nation Championships, Bass Nation Nationals. We just had that up in Lake Hartwell this past week. So I just got back with that. So we've got a few changes coming up, but nothing major. So we'll get into those. We'll talk about our next event up on Lake Seminole, and then we should wrap this thing up. So not a whole lot here, but again, let's start out real quick. I want to bring in Brody Allen and Caden Harris here. They are our junior anglers. Let me get them on our screen here. Come on up, guys. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Awesome job. Awesome. Want to thank you guys first and foremost for getting on here this evening. Pretty awesome weekend for you guys. Y'all, 2 days taking top honors in that junior division. The first day there on Saturday, you had 21.14 pounds. That's pretty awesome. And then the next day, you had, I think it was 18.07 pounds. So 2 awesome days of fishing there for you guys. I just wanted to get you on here and talk with you a little bit and just let you tell me a little bit about your weekend. So, Brody, you want to start out? You want to tell me a little bit about your weekend?
Our weekend, when we started practicing, it was pretty slow. We weren't sure there was much fish there. And then when we got there was a lot bigger fish than we thought there was.
So let me ask you this. Did y'all get to put much practice in? And if so, were you finding your fish then? Caden?
Sir, you got to practice. Yeah, yes, sir. We got to practice, and like Brody said, we didn't think there was too much there.
So y'all were just finding your general just fish here and there, but nothing like what you were weighing in during the tournament.
Nothing like we're weighing into the tournament. We thought we might have 14 or 15 pounds.
Brody, what'd you think whenever y'all started putting 21 pounds in the boat?
I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
What did you think whenever you're
lagging.
When you started putting 21 pounds in the boat, what did you think?
Oh, it's insane. When we first pulled up, we're like, okay, we'll catch around like a couple little ones, and then we'll head to this new spot. And then we got farther down in the bank, and we missed a couple bigger ones, and we're like, this could get good. And then finally, Caden threw over there and set the hook, and it was on 5-pounder.
Caden, what do you? I mean, there wasn't a big difference in day 1 and day 2, but obviously 21 pounds and 21.14 pounds the first day, and then 18 the second day. What was the difference? Why didn't you get 22 that second day?
The wind wasn't blowing. We needed the wind.
So you think the weather
they weren't biting? It was the wind. They weren't biting as good.
As far as bites from day 1 and day 2, did you get as many bites on the second day, or how did that work?
No, sir. We didn't have as many bites we had more bites on the first day than we did the second.
Awesome job. You guys had a great weekend, that's for sure. Again, 21.14 pounds on the junior side is an incredible task. That's the 4th largest bag of the weekend that was weighed in. And what do you guys, are both of you planning on going to Seminole?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What do you guys think it's going to take up there at Seminole?
Maybe 20.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, around there. 18, 19.
Awesome.
It should be a good tournament.
It's gonna be chilly, that's for sure. What is there anything you'd have done different in this tournament? I mean, obviously two good days, but I mean, is there, when you look back, is there anything you think, maybe we should have done something a little different?
No, sir.
I wouldn't change much what we've done.
I think we just everything we did was the right move.
Well, I think you did all the right moves as well with those kind of weights. Certainly set y'all in a good position on the leaderboards. Caden, you disappeared on us. It set you in a great position on the leaderboards as far as the Angler of the Year, Team of the Year. So 2 big wins like that's pretty awesome. So anything you guys want to add?
Thank you to our captain and all our sponsors like Mike's Marine, Bitters, 6 Cents Fishing, Fish Gills, Reaper Rods, and couldn't have done it without Brandon.
Yeah, we're trying to get more sponsors on top of that, and I just want to thank you to my parents and everybody else that was out there cheering us on.
Well, I think you got a big following. You got great support. That's what it takes. I know you guys, y'all been fishing together for a while. It looks like y'all are going to be one of the teams to reckon with this year. We still got y'all another year even after this on the junior side, right?
Yes, sir.
Caden,
Yes,
what grade are you in?
7th.
7th. Brody, what
Yes,
grade
sir.
are you in?
7th grade.
Awesome deal. So we may have you guys got y'all there for another year, and then you can move up into that high school rank, where I think you'll be another tough team to deal with there as well. Now, I just want to say congratulations to you both, and thank you so much for taking the time to get on here today. We appreciate it, and go to Seminole and get out there and see if you can do it again.
Thank you, David, and thank you, Florida Bass
thank
Nation.
All right, guys. Well, very good. We're going to let you get to it. I'm going to bring in our high school anglers now, and you can hang out and listen, or you can jump off and listen that way.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to follow up with our high school anglers here. I'm going to bring in Reagan Money. His partner, Hunter, is not on here. I think he's got a conflict. I'm going to bring in Riley West, Alex Tyler, all of our high school guys. Y'all make sure you unmute yourselves there. So can everybody hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Awesome job. Well, I don't know if you could hear the interview that I was just having with the junior anglers. Pretty awesome. Those guys, 21.14 pounds, one of the fourth largest bag in the tournament. But you guys took top honors over the weekend. Hunter and Reagan, they won on Saturday, and with 22.89 pounds. That was the second largest bag of the weekend. And then Alex and Briley, you guys had 22.73 pounds. So pretty close bags there. Pretty awesome. I'm interested to know between the two teams, what each of you what was working for you. So Reagan, I'll start with you guys. What was working for you guys on Saturday?
Well, Saturday we had in plan that we were going to go flip our way through and grind it out, but really that wasn't working. Picked up a swim jig, and that's what we started catching them on. Flipping worked in practice, but that swim jig was definitely the key to our weekend.
Right. Were you guys finding your fish? You're using a swim jig, so shallow or was it you were mostly shallow?
Yes, sir.
Awesome job. So Alex, Briley, Alex, I'll ask you, what was y'all's, what were y'all doing?
So we were a little deeper, throwing a Texas rig and some other stuff, but we were deeper.
Cool. So two different techniques, very similar weights. Reagan, were you guys making a long run or anything? I know that Popka was in the mix here. Several teams ran down south, tried Lake Apopka down there. I'm not sure that we had. I mean, we had some good bags come out of there. I know that, but did you guys make that long run or make a long run? It didn't have to be Apopka. You could have went to Griffin.
No, sir. We were never more than 10 minutes from the ramp. We just stayed on Harris.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Riley, what about you guys? What were y'all doing? What was working for you?
We were pretty far away, out pretty deep, but we were pretty much on the same spots as states in the FCA tournament.
Okay.
First day was rough though.
So yeah, I do remember you saying that during weigh-in. You actually on the second day went back and tried some of those spots that you found during the state championship.
We tried it the first day; it just wasn't working.
So, Reagan, did you guys get up and do much practice?
Yes, sir. We were fortunate enough to get up there the week before, and we actually found a cheap motel and stayed the night over there. And Saturday, it was, I think, the whole day we caught 7 or 8 fish. And then Sunday, I went out with my dad. My dad come up, and it was slow most of the day. And then in the last hour, we tucked up out of the wind, and then we just started. We found this little, I don't know, it probably wasn't even a 150-yard stretch, and it was just loaded with fish. But we didn't think they were very big. We thought we could probably maybe grind out 15 or 16 pounds. But Friday, we went up to check it. And the first fish I caught on Friday was a 4.5 pounder. So we were like, all right, they're here. We'll just leave. And we found another good group of fish across the lake. And that ended up being it played a lot too.
Awesome. So basically you went up and practiced the weekend before and then came back, tried your fish on Friday and found, kind of figured it out from there.
Yeah.
Alex, what about you guys? Did y'all get to put much practice in, or was it just kind of going off what you'd done in the past?
We went a few weekends before. We found some good stuff elsewhere that wasn't the spots from states. Those didn't pan out, but during pre-fishing, you'd have a ton of fun on those spots. And eventually, a lot of the opens, when they started practicing, they showed up there a bunch. But it was a good practice. We didn't even fish the state spot but once, and then we just went to it during tournament, and it all panned out.
So you bring up a good point. There's a lot of boat traffic out there that weekend. What would you say that boat traffic, how do you think it affected most out there, Briley?
It probably affected. It didn't really affect us. What really affected us was mostly boaters going past us and marking our spots. That spot is probably gone by now, but that's pretty much all that really affected us. We were sitting in one spot all day.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, that type of stuff's going to happen. But, with the technology that's out there today, it's, that's part of it. We'll let you guys in on this. You can go pay them back next in the spring on Okeechobee, because they're going to be there a week before us in Okeechobee. So you can ride around there and practice then and mark all their spots. So kind of get some retribution there. No, I mean, I don't encourage that, but it certainly shows you that these guys, they see what you're doing out there and say, obviously they see what you're fishing on after you leave. And I know they probably went out there and checked it as soon as you moved off of it and saw what was there. And so kudos to you guys for going out and figuring it out. What besides the boat traffic, was there anything else out there, Reagan, you think that may have hindered you? Is there anything you could have done different, you think, to I mean, awesome bag with 22 pounds. Second day though, I mean, struggled. I don't remember where you guys were at on Sunday, but what was the difference in Sunday and Saturday, you think?
Yeah, Sunday we had, I think, right at 14.5 pounds, but we didn't do nothing wrong. We just bad luck got us. We lost a few fish. We probably should have been up there in 18, 19 pound range, but that's fishing, you know.
So you missed some fish that probably would have helped you.
Yes, sir. And I really thought that cold front, I was kind of worried about it. That cold front might cause them not to eat as good, and I don't really think it did. We definitely didn't catch near as many fish, that's for sure, but we still got decent bites to have a good day. We just didn't execute.
Well, and that was going to be one of my questions to you guys as well. Did you think that the weather changed from Sunday to or from Saturday to Sunday? You know, it got cooler Sunday morning. Did you think that might have an effect on what you were doing? I mean, obviously, Alex, you guys had the bigger bag on Sunday, so you know, do you think that the weather played a role in that, or do you just think it was timing on getting to your spot and nobody else being there?
The weather definitely played a role in ours. We think it pushed the bigger fish in more, and they started eating better. I mean, the first day when we did go to that spot, you'd set the hook and you'd come back with half a worm. It was a stressful day that day trying to put 5 in that boat. But then the second day, I mean, as soon as they tap it, your whole rod would just shoot out of your hand, and it was fun.
Right. So that was probably one of the high points is, you know, you're finding these fish and you know, getting a big bag like that. But would you say there was anything else that might add to being the high point of the weekend for you?
I would say the 8-pounder me and Briley weighed in. We've been trying to do that. It's been a long time coming. I mean, it's been years since we've had a fish like that hit the deck, and for it to be in a tournament, it just made that even more special.
Absolutely. It was 8.45 pounds. So you had a trophy catch there. Hopefully you guys took advantage, signed that up for the trophy catch. You know, you can do that if you got the pictures for it and everything. So you can sign that up for the trophy catch there that FWC hosts. So make sure you do that if you haven't done so already. But yeah, that was had to be a big high point of the weekend. Reagan, what would you say the high point for you guys were? I mean, obviously the win was definitely a high. Anything else that you can think of over the weekend that just kind of capped it off?
Hunter had that 7.5 pounder on the swim jig. That definitely helped us on day one.
Absolutely. So I know Reagan, what grade are you in now?
10th grade.
10th grade. So I know Alex and Riley, you guys are juniors right now. What would you say over the next couple years, where you want to be? I'll start with you, Reagan. What are you thinking?
Put a lot of thought into that, but there's a lot of ideas. I really don't know. I really don't know.
Well, hopefully you're going to want to go fish somewhere in school because
Yes,
you and Hunter both are pretty awesome anglers. And what grade is Hunter in now?
Hunter's a senior.
He's a senior. That's what I was thinking. So hopefully both of you are planning on looking at school of sorts in the future. You know, you've got time to do that. But Alex, Bradley, I know both of you guys were up at the combine, so I know you guys are looking at schools and things. So in the next couple of years, I would imagine you hope that you're probably fishing in school somewhere, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We just got done doing a tour up in Alabama. It was a fun time, but yeah, me and him are hoping to be fishing competitively in college, throughout college.
Wanting to stay together from what I remember during our interviews. Want to try to keep fishing together, correct?
Yes, sir.
Awesome job. Yeah, I saw some pictures. You're up at Faulkner doing a visit up there. So glad to see that you're out doing your campus tours and things like that. Guys, I want to say congratulations. Is there anything else you want to add? Reagan?
No, sir.
Okay. Riley, is there anything you guys want to add? Or Alex, anything you want to add to what I've already asked, or anything maybe I haven't asked yet?
Largemouth don't fight like any other fish.
No, but I
It's
think
the
a
easiest
thank
fish
you to you
fishing.
guys at Bass and everyone.
Very good. What were you saying there, Briley? Largemouth don't fight what?
Largemouth don't fight like spots and smallmouth.
Yeah. Did you get to go do some fishing while you were up there?
Yes, sir. But Alex's 8.5 pounder, that was probably the easiest fight I've ever seen. Right into the net. It just glided through the water.
Gave up, huh?
Yep.
Well, I just want to say thank you for you guys, all of you, for fishing the Florida Bass Nation program. Awesome job in your wins. The college anglers were there. They had Kane and Connor both come out of our college, out of our high school program last year, and they're over at Southeastern now. They took the win over the weekend with 45.59 pounds. That was over 2 days. Obviously, they had the big bag on the first day, and then it was 28.10 pounds, and then 17.49 behind that. But you can look at those weights and the weights that those guys weighed in, and you can kind of judge where what you would be doing at the college level. That was 17 teams competing right there on the same body of water, and look how you guys did versus their bags. So I think that's pretty awesome. It says a lot for you guys. You went out there, and quite frankly, I think Lake Harris was fishing pretty stingy. And it was very stingy for the open guys. So I think we called it just right. But still, I think we had about an average. On average, was probably about a 15-pound bag average weight. It could have been a little bit less, but that is unusual. I thought we would have more. I did say it would take about 25 pounds to win this tournament each day. So I was pretty close on that, but I thought we would have more bags around that 20-pound mark, whereas, we only had the 4 or 5 bags there. But that's awesome for all of you guys, including our juniors, to weigh in, the bags that you brought in. And what do you guys I asked the juniors this. I'll ask you, Reagan, you guys going to Seminole?
Yes, sir, we are.
Alex, I know you and Briley are planning on being up at Seminole, right?
Yes, sir.
I'll start with Alex. What do you think Seminole's going to be fishing like right now?
I think it'll probably be fishing pretty good. I think we're looking at like 20-pound range to win. And I think top 10, you could probably sneak in with about 16.
Good deal. I know some guys were up there practicing this weekend. They were getting some good fish. And they said probably out of their best 5, they probably had about 15 pounds, but that was just more or less running around and just looking at spots, eliminating a lot of water. Riley, what are you thinking?
I think the colder weather will get them moving a little bit. Should be pretty good. Probably 20 to 23 pounds to win it.
So you're right there with what the juniors were thinking, what they said. They said about 20 pounds as well. That's pretty big for the juniors. So that'll be pretty awesome if they can weigh in that much. Reagan, what do you think? You think it'll be 20 pounds?
Yeah, Seminole's always tough, but someone always catches them. So I think about 21, 22.
You think they're going to have to get them out of the stump fields, or you think the open water, down deep, grass lines, ledges, drops, things like that's going to be where you got to go?
Ooh.
Hard to say.
I'm going to say the ledges and the grass, probably.
Yeah.
I think after everyone's seeing that an elite guy went into the stumps, everyone's going to try to do that.
Right. Well, guys, I just want to say thanks for jumping on here. I won't keep you, but feel free to stay on if you want. But otherwise, you can jump off and just listen to the rest of the live stream. I do have a couple of announcements that I'm going to go over. But thank you so much for getting on here, and we will see you guys up at Lake Seminole.
Yes, sir. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
All right, guys. See you.
See.
All right. Very good. I appreciate those guys getting on there. Awesome job to all of our anglers that participated. And we will be getting the, I think the Fishing Chaos I know there was somebody called me and said, hey, the fall results, the total points were not out there. I think I'd mentioned that to them, so I think they're getting those done. I'll look real quick. Yeah, so they still got to get those posted there. They've just got to rerun those leaderboards to get those points straightened out. But here's one thing, I am tracking all the points behind the scene as we did last year. So I do have the points that we can rely on and get back to if necessary. But Fishing Chaos will get their leaderboards up to date this week, and we'll get it all squared away. But a couple quick announcements. So let's talk about the Seminole tournament. Registration open today. So you should be able to go register now. This is high school, juniors, and college should all be open now. So you should be able to get registered for the tournament there on Lake Seminole, November 4th and 5th out of Earl May Basin there in Bainbridge, Georgia. No exemptions are needed for this tournament, so you do not have to worry about exemptions. Georgia laws do apply. So anyone 16 years of older, just like in Florida, you need a fishing license up there. So I do not think, I wouldn't rely on thinking that Georgia and Florida license reciprocate. So I would just probably play it on the safe side and go get me a 7-day Georgia fishing license up there. They might, but I'm not sure. And I don't want you to rely on me and me tell you one thing and something else be there or happen when you get there. So I would go get a Georgia fishing license up there. Georgia laws apply. You can still go fish down in the Florida side of the lake if you plan on going that down south and fishing. Thanks, Luke. They do not reciprocate is what I'm being told. So I would just plan on getting that Georgia fishing license if you're 16 years or older. But again, the registration for that tournament is open for all 3 junior high school and college trails. As I said earlier, I got to go up to Lake Hartwell this past week, had our presidents and youth directors meeting up there during the Bass Nation National Championship. Our Florida boys did not do well. We had our boater for Florida. This is the boater division. He come in, I think it was 16th, David Frost. Congratulations to him. One of our high school anglers actually made it through the co-angler side. And Claude Lofton, y'all may remember him. He's not fishing this season right now, but he was fishing on the co-angler side. He did not have a good weekend, but it's just pretty awesome that one of our high school anglers made it that far and got to go fish at that level. So that is another opportunity for you guys to go out and fish the adult series. If you're 16 years or older, you can go participate in the adult pro-am trail, or you could partner together in the team trail. But those are opportunities there that you can go jump in those tournaments. If you qualify for the state championship, then you have the opportunity to advance to the nationals. And through the nationals, just like this past week, 3 anglers advanced to the Bassmasters Classic. Will Davis Jr. qualified. He was the nationals champ last year and qualified and made it to the elites. Did well this past year, but he got to come back and defend his title this year, and he won it again, first time ever back-to-back. So he will be headed back to the Classic. He was already qualified for the Classic, but he'll be going to the Classic and fishing the elites again next year. But then 2 other anglers also qualified to go and fish the elites next year. So again, another opportunity for you guys if you choose and want to go fish the adult series here in the state of Florida. Just let me know and I'll be glad to we gotta get you an adult club, get you in one of the adult clubs, and then you can start participating there. No additional dues now have to be paid like in the past, because the dues are now $30. That's Bass Nation national dues because they're now $30. You don't have to pay anything additional. We just got to get you an adult club. So it's pretty awesome that Bass did that and made it across the board $30 national dues for everybody. All right, so some changes that were made. Nothing significant on the junior side. $50 entry fees still. On the high school side, the entry fee and these are for the opens now, for the open junior and high school tournaments. These are the entry fees. On the juniors, the entry fee is still $50 to fish the opens. These are the opens that will take place beginning well, they don't tell me when the dates are. They just tell me when the registration deadline is. But these are the Clarks Hill, Douglas Lake, Sam Rayburn, and Saginaw Bay tournaments. The entry fee for the juniors is $50. On the high school side, the entry fee will be $75. Now, registration starts for the juniors. Registration will open for these tournaments. Again, these are for Clarks Hill, Douglas Lake, Sam Rayburn is out in Texas, and Saginaw Bay is up in Michigan. Douglas Lake is over in Tennessee. Clarks Hill up in Georgia. For the juniors, registration will open December 14th at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. Again, Thursday, December 14th for your junior anglers. Registration will open to sign up for the open events. On the high school side, your registration will open up December 12th. That's December 12th, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. And your entry fee, again, is going to be $75, and this is for the Clarks Hill, Douglas Lake, Sam Rayburn, and Saginaw Bay open trail, open tournaments that Bass is offering. So they also, so on the juniors, we'll still get to send 3 junior teams to nationals through our junior program that we offer here in the state of Florida. So that no changes there. On the high school side, they did tighten down on the qualification. So on the high school side, number of participating teams is 25. For the first 25 teams, 50 members, we get 1 berth for each trail. We also get 2 berths for our membership, just our membership numbers overall. Florida Bass Nation Junior High School membership, we qualify for 2 national berths right there, which those 2 berths will be used for the state championship. But back to the trails. So for the first 25 teams, 50 members, we get 1 berth. For 50 teams, 100 members, we'll get 2 berths. For 150 teams, 300 members, we'll get 3 berths. Then it jumps up to 250 teams, 500 members, we'll get 4 berths. So I foresee most of our trails will get anywhere from 1 to 2 berths. Our fall, north, south, and spring trail. I'm sorry, it's fall, north, south, and spring trails. We might get 3 berths in each of those, but you got to get your anglers out there, get them fishing. Very important that you get them as many of them fishing as you can, because that's what drives the national berths in those trails. So they tightened down on it. So that means probably looking at, and we have to award our berths at the trail levels. So, for instance, when that fall trail ends in December, we will award however many national berths we get through that trail, we will award them right there in December. So we'll award the winners. They'll get the national berth, the points winners for the fall trail. If we have enough for a second berth, we'll award it right there. If we have enough for a third berth, we'll award it. Don't foresee us getting a fourth berth. And then we'll do the same thing with the other trails, the fall, the north-south. So the north will end next. The south will end in April. And then the spring will end in April as well. So we'll award all of those there. Then we'll go to the state championships with at least 2 berths there. And we also have the winter and summer trails and the statewide trails. We'll probably get 1 berth each in those. But should we have any double qualifiers, somebody gets a national berth in one trail and then maybe they qualify again through an open, or they qualify through another trail, we'll take that trail berth and carry it over to the state championship. So we'll see what happens. Probably looking at a total max of about 12 to maybe 15 berths is what we'll have this year. So number drops significantly from what we had in the past. Remember, we had about 59 teams last year. About 20 of those were through the opens. Okay. 20 of those berths come through the opens. The rest of them we got through our trails. So 40, we're dropping down from 40 to about 15. So Bass is just trying to get their numbers down at the Nationals. They do not want another 480 boat tournament. I can't blame them. That is a big event. And so they're trying to get that down to, that ultimately they'd like to see it down around 275, but it's probably going to come in around 300 to 325 still. So that's more manageable, but still, I would suspect after that, you probably see another change down the road in the future at some point. So, but we do appreciate Bass just giving us the opportunities and allowing us to do qualify our anglers for the Nationals and giving you an opportunity to go fish the Nationals. So I would recommend sharing those dates, and we'll put all of this. The dates for the opens are out on our flyer, our Bass Nation flyer. So make sure you share those with your teams. But the closest thing we've got coming to us this year is going to be up there in Clarks Hill in Georgia. So I would just make sure you let your teams know that the opens are another opportunity to go get qualified. Something else I want to share with everybody. It's you heard us talk about it a little bit at the last tournament. This is a bait recycling program that's out there. We do want to get involved in this, and it basically allows you to bring your plastic baits in and turn them into us. We have a bucket that we'll set up. It's an orange Home Depot bucket. We'll set it over either by the apparel tent or by the dip tank when you come off the stage, and the dip tank's there to dip your fish in to go release them. It'll be sitting there or by the apparel tent at our future events. But you feel free to go stick your plastic baits in that, and so we can turn them in for recycling. This is being offered through Big Bite Baits, and I'm trying to find there are certain baits that they cannot take, and those baits are they cannot take the Berkeley power baits, they can't take the Gulp, the Max Scent or Z-Man stretchy plastic baits. The chemicals in those baits does not allow them to they just, when you mix those in with your regular plastic baits, they end up melting everything and just creating a big mess. So they do not take the Berkeley Power baits, the Gulp, or the Maxent or Z-Man plastic stretchy baits. So very important that you do not throw those in there in the recycle. But all of your other baits, even during practice, feel free to bring those to us and throw them in our recycle bucket there. Big Bite Baits is offering to take those from us, and basically it's what they're going to do is turn those in. There's a gentleman that's taken those and is recycling them and then using them to make the bottoms for tennis shoes. It's pretty awesome. But in return, they will give us plastic baits back. They will give the Florida Bass Nation plastic baits back that can be used we can use them at the banquet to give away as prizes, goodie bag, stuffers, whatever. But they, in return, are giving us baits to use and to give away. Good baits, not recycled baits. But so we are going to jump in and start participating in this. It's the Big Bite Baits cast, catch, and convert recycle program. So just ask it, everybody, if you would gather up your plastic baits and bring those to us, and then we'll handle it from there. But again, please do not include the Berkeley Power baits, the Gulp, Maxent, or Z-Man plastic baits in those. If you could pull those out and get rid of those, we'd appreciate it. Again, Miss Kim is working on the dues for this year. I think most everybody, I want to say thank you to everybody for working through and getting your dues paid up. She is going through all of that now, and she will be, between now and the end of the year, she will be comparing who all's paid state dues and who all's paid national dues, making sure all of that's in good standings. There's a handful out there that still need to pay their dues, but not many. Pay their state dues, but not many. But she will be reaching out to you if she needs to talk to you about your dues. If you have anglers that still need to pay dues, please get that taken care of, and handle that as quickly as possible. With that, I just want to say thank you to all of our sponsors out there that have jumped in and helped us out. There is one more item here I need to talk about. Hang on one second. Got to find this. So today I made some posts on Facebook, but I'll go ahead and mention those as well while we're all here. I want to remind everyone that Logan Parks has a college and high school event. It's kind of unique where basically he's bringing college anglers in to fish with high school anglers. So the college angler will be the boater, the high school anglers will be the non-boater. November, let's see, his itinerary here is practice days are November 8th and 9th. This is on Lake Martin up in Alabama there. Don't get this confused with Logan Martin. This is Lake Martin down there around Auburn, Alabama. But so practice is the 8th and 9th for this event. November 10th is practice day, and then they have an activity night there at Auburn University. Activities are still to be determined. November 11th, they have a pre-tournament meeting. And they're going to have some colleges there. It looks like some college booths set up. So you can, again, it's kind of like what we did at the combine, as best I can figure, but it's a college booth walkthrough. And I'm assuming that's where they're going to allow you to talk to some of the colleges that have anglers participating in this. There's also a tour that they will do for Auburn or at Auburn. They'll have some seminars. And then that night, November 11th, they're going to have the draft, what they call draft night. This is where they are going to draft. The college anglers will draft the high school anglers they want to fish with or be paired up with. So kind of unique. But then competition day is November 12th, and they will have check-in starting goes from 3:30 in the morning to 5:30. Then they have their blast off. Will be at 6 a.m. Looks like from any public boat launch on Lake Martin. So I envision you'll get paired up with your college angler. Then you'll talk about where you're going to go launch and where you meet up at and all that and go fish. But then you begin fishing from 6:30 until 10 a.m. That's round one. Then round two begins at 10:15 and goes to 1 o'clock. And then you begin the chaos round at 1:15 and it ends at 3 o'clock. So then they'll have a weigh-in at 4:30 and recognize the winners and all that. It's a unique, I would just go on the Fishing Chaos site there, look for the Logan Parks Fishing Foundation High School banner, check it out. The rules and everything's right there. You can also, if you saw the link on Facebook, check that out. But great opportunity for you guys that are thinking about college. And even if you're not thinking about college, it's still a great opportunity, something else to go fish, different body of water to go fish besides this here in Florida. But I realize it is a week after our event. But again, I have several of you always asking me, what else can we go fish? What else can we go fish? Well, here it is. This is another opportunity for you here to go fish. But go and check it out. Again, go to Logan Parks or go to Fishing Chaos and look for Logan Parks banner there. The other event out there that I posted this morning was UCF's having a tournament on November 11th as well. It'll be on the Kissimmee chain. So if you don't want to go fish the Logan Parks tournament, you can go down to Camp Mac and jump in UCF's open tournament that they have down there. Again, it's an open tournament. It's a fundraiser for their fishing team, but another opportunity for you to get out, get on the water, and go fish and compete. So, but this is UCF hosting this, and then get out on the water and do some fishing there. We do have our event in April on the Kissimmee chain. So be some good practice for that. I know it's a little early, but still get out there and run around and see what's out there and check that out. But wanted to share those two events with you as well. So with that, though, I think that's everything I have. I want to thank everybody that got on here tonight to be a part of our live stream. Thank you so much. Thank you for all of our sponsors out there. We do have some new sponsors that we're currently talking with. We had Fast Break come back on board. Appreciate them and their commitment to the program for another year. And like I said, we got several others in the works there. Real quick, let me just give everybody a shout out for being a part of our program and supporting the Florida Bass Nation Junior High School Series. That includes Morrow Steel, Ecotech, Industrial Reliability and Alignment, AFCO, FCA, Big Bite Baits, Wildware America, Hightower Roofing, Fishing Chaos, of course, Roland Martin's Marino, 13 Fishing, Applied Aquatics, Bahio, Sunglasses, Esterline, Schrooners, Shimano, Mercury, Power Pole, and Cars Rig, Ingram, Pearson Realty. Forgot them. I'm sorry, Ms. Lindsay. Looked right over your logo there. I did not mean to do that. I think I said FCA Outdoors. Want to thank our platinum sponsors. Could not do it without these guys as well. Central Florida Trust, Mike's Marine, U.S. Sugar, and most of all, our title sponsor, Reed's Metal. Thank you so much for being a part of our program, getting behind it, and supporting it. So With that, I'm going to say good evening. I have rambled on now for looks like almost an hour with our interviews and everything I had to say. So thank you to everybody for putting up and listening to me. And if you have any questions, again, feel free to text me, call me, or email me. I know don't always get right back with you on my email or on my emails and texts. I try to as quickly as possible. Phone calls is sometimes a challenge, but feel free to leave me a message and I'll get with you as soon as I can. But with that, I'm going to say good evening and hope everybody has a great rest of the night. And we will look forward to seeing you all on Lake Seminole here in about 2 weeks. See ya.